path, swiftly attain the state of Manhatara. Okay, let's do the 4 contemplations. May all beings have happiness and create the causes of happiness. May they all be free from suffering and creating the causes of suffering. May they find that noble happiness which can never be tainted by suffering. May they attain universal impartial compassion, free of worldly bias towards friends and enemies. Semchen tamche dewatang deweju tang den pajuju dungal tang dungal jichu tang trawaju chik dungal mepe dewa tampatang mindrawaju chik nering chak tang ni tang drawe tang rom chempo la ne paju chik. So good morning, we've got our own little sangha here, if you could hear us in my room. It's very cute, you know, so at least I feel like I'm back in the center a little bit, not only of all of you on Zoom. Come on, Mish, open your camera if you can. Yvette, all of you, I like to see you. Hello, Denny. Hello, all of you. So today we're going to do Exploring the True Meaning of the 100 Peaceful and Wrathful Deities, Part 4. And, you look different, Yvette, and we're going to, what I want to do is, I want to get stuck in today to some real content of this, but I also want to next week have the last session of this, so you can bring all your questions, you can bring them today, just butt in whenever you've got a question, because it's really, really important to me that you actually do ask whatever it is, because you've got to really do this as something which is deep within all of you. And you know, it's very interesting because tomorrow night, I'm so sorry that you Australians won't be able to be there. If you happen to be having a sleepless night, then just get on the get on the YouTube. I have so many. I would definitely get on the YouTube. But it's really evolved tomorrow night because I really want you to understand Lama Yeshe Rinpoche's dark retreats. And Annie Lama sent me a wonderful history, because the dark retreats, you can ask, what did you see the 100 deities in your dark retreat? Because when you're in a dark retreat where you've got no distraction, you are very likely to see the 100 deities in your practice, you know, day and night. But we won't talk about that now. We'll do that tomorrow night. But don't miss that, because I think it's a really live, you know, interesting thing. And people have already sent me questions, so people are very interested in all of that. But today, I want to give you one of Marpa's very famous stories. You may know it, but it's really an important story. This is the story of the great Tibetan teacher Marpa, who lived on a farm with his family 1,000 years ago in Tibet. On the farm, there also lived many monks who came to study with this great teacher. One day, Marpa's oldest son was killed. Now, that's a whole story in itself, which I'm not going to give you now. It was really something that was predicted, but the son didn't adhere to what he was told, and he was killed. Marpa was grieving so deeply when one of the monks came to him and said, "I don't understand. You teach us all that everything is an illusion, yet you are crying so deeply. If all is an illusion, then why do you grieve so deeply when you know it's not true?" Marpa replied, "Indeed, everything is an illusion, and the death of a child is the greatest of these illusions." Now, isn't that a very, very interesting thing? Kasturi, you would know that, okay, that, you know, when you lose a child, what he was saying is, and I think why I took the story is that, yes, we do feel the human emotions so deeply, so greatly, but when you have that connection with Rigpa, with your true nature, you see it differently, because you can have compassion on yourself, going through the grief. A few of you have been through it, going through the grief. But it's so important that you understand that it all is an illusion. None of these children were ever ours. None of this was ever ours. This is just an absolute and total illusion. But we still go through the pain and the suffering. But if we know that it is illusionary and that we are going to go through it, we can quickly get out of it. Now, it's interesting because Lama Lena, I've been listening to her Padma Sambhava on how the naked awareness of awakening. It's the most wonderful series. And in it, when people ask her about the true nature, she says to them, you know what? She says, I've been through this, and this. She said, they were all the most awful things that I went through. She said, and I really went through the pain. But when you have the connection to your true nature, to your Rigpa, then you get over it quickly and it doesn't affect you in the same way. Because even though you 100% feel this terrible feeling and horrible thing, whatever you happen to be going through, but you do understand the truth about it. So you still go through it, but you understand the truth about it. Correct. And that is so helpful when you find it, when you connect with it, then you really do. So today I will just do a short intro because I want to get stuck into the whole topic of what the meaning of this subject is. But I always love to get an atmosphere for the whole thing. It's so funny because someone in the UK, in Cardiff, somehow wanted to find out about the 100 deities and found me on the internet, and he's been writing me these things. So I said, do you want to come? He said he can't come to the actual group, but he said, I get it a few hours after it's posted, which is so interesting, you know. He says he's watching the whole series, but he's not doing it at the same. So, you know, we don't know what Guru Rinpoche's work is, who's got to get it, how they've got to get it. Even if one person in the other end of the world gets it, then it's okay. So I want to get an atmosphere because for me, to understand this, the deepest topic that there is in Buddhism, your mind needs to be in a particular state beyond all the usual things in your life in order to truly understand this topic. Firstly, I'm asking you when you do teachings like this to concentrate. Don't do other things while you're listening. I know on Zoom, it's very easy to quickly type a letter and do all things and you've got me in the background. That's not what I want. I want you to really focus and understand and go back to each of the sessions if you missed them or whatever and pick up, because I'm giving over to Guru Rinpoche for this topic totally and utterly. And now I want to quickly tell you about my dream very quickly, that I had this dream so vivid in the early morning. So what happened was that Lama Yeshe Rinpoche and Akon Rinpoche were lying in this double bed in my dream, of all things, but they were both lying looking up at the ceiling. They weren't even concentrating on each other at all. They were just lying in the bed. And I came along in the dream. I put my chair at the end of the bed and I took both their feet and I was really massaging their feet. And I saw that as very beautiful because I think you always say you're going to the feet of the Lama, you know, wash their feet. It's like a very traditional, you know, humble way of washing their feet. So I'm massaging their feet. And then suddenly I say to Akon Rinpoche, Lama Yeshe knows, but I say to Akon Rinpoche, Rinpoche, I have given my whole life over to Guru Rinpoche. Okay, I just say to him, I'm allowing Guru Rinpoche to really order my life completely the way it is necessary, not the way I want it. And Rinpoche sat up in the bed And he grinned at me with such a grin. You know, he's got that engaging smile. It's not the new one. He would have come in that form so that but one of those engaging smiles which said everything, and the dream was over, you know. But I just thought it was such a beautiful, beautiful dream. It left me with such a lovely, when we were doing the medicine Buddha this morning, I felt like I was right there with him, because I've always had a very, very, very great connection with him. And he was the one who gave me all the Nondra late at night by myself in Sammy Ling. And he told me on day one, I want you to teach. Okay, that's what he said. So he could obviously read my records and all of that. So I found this a very lovely, lovely dream. It was like he was sitting up and saying, good, then you finally got there. Okay. Now what I want all of you to do is, I haven't got there, I'm going there. Okay. We're going to start this morning with some deep breaths. So start in your little meditation posture. Okay. Keep your spinal column straight and just breathe in very deeply. When you breathe out, I want you to really let all your shenanigans, your problems, your storms, your illusions, your ill health, just let it go and breathe in deeply to your beautiful, beautiful being, okay? And while you are breathing in and out, I am going to read you the true title, which I gave you in the first session, of this very important text, as written in the Natural Liberation, Padmasambhava's teachings on the 6 bardos. Now, I want you all to know, as you are breathing in and out, that some people get enlightened by just hearing a title. If they've had the teaching before, they could just hear a title of the teaching and they could be enlightened straight away. A lot of these masters did it. So breathing in and out, I'm going to give you the title. The profound Dharma of the natural liberation through contemplating the peaceful and wrathful. No deities in the title, just the peaceful and wrathful. A stage of complete instructions on the 6 bardos, composed in the 8th century, dictated to Yeshe Tsogyal. And Gautreau Rinpoche says, the term natural liberation, I'll tell you the title again, the profound Dharma of the natural liberation through contemplating the peaceful and wrathful. And he says the term natural liberation is also translated as self-liberation. It occurs automatically, spontaneously, or naturally. So everything you are holding on to can be absolutely self-liberated if you stop holding on, if you stop intellectualizing. Then you can contemplate these beautiful 100 qualities in you that can do anything. And an alternative translation of that same title, just contemplate it. The natural emergence of the peaceful and wrathful from enlightened awareness. No deities in it, because you can call it deities, you can call it quality. The natural emergence of the peaceful and wrathful from enlightened awareness. Just contemplate it for 1 minute. Means all the ugly things in you, all the beautiful things in you are just your natural qualities if you have enlightened awareness. Stop condemning yourselves. Know that you are the 100 peaceful and wrathful deities. You are absolutely everything And stop saying, I can't do this and I can't do that. That's nothing. Who you are is absolutely exquisite. This is the true expression of who we are in truth. Really feel it in your bones. Because as you die, it comes, but we want to find it out before we die. Now, staying in that, but you can open your eyes so you can hear me. I want to just add to that short instruction. Let's look at a few pointers from the 6 bardos of the Tibetan Book of the Dead, which is subtitled Dzogchen Teachings on the Peaceful and Wrathful Deities, an excellent book by Khenchen Palden Sherab Rinpoche and his brother Khenpo Tsewa Dongyo Rinpoche. It's really, I've given this to you before, but it's really an excellent book if you want the death and dying teachings, okay? Now they say in the book, when you come into the bardo of Dharmata, which is the second bardo, the bardo of reality, after the very loud and very vivid sound, light, and rays have appeared. Now you ask yourself, why are they so loud? Why are they like 1,000 thunderclaps? Jerry, you would hear them like you've never heard anything in your physical life. Okay, they're very, very loud and very, very vivid and very, very bright. Okay, they're your body, speech, and mind in they're your body, speech, and mind in real reality. Okay, and so what they tell you is a sky-like expanse of great blue light. A sky-like expanse of great blue light is projected out from your heart center. This is so interesting because when I was studying these peaceful deities in retreat, I kept thinking of this blue light coming out of you, making the projection of what you are seeing, okay? And he says, just before the appearance of the Buddha form, so the blue light comes out and you realize it, okay, just before those 100 deities appear to you, okay? And he says, this is the light of the Dharma Dhatu wisdom, the absolute wisdom. So when you see that blue light coming up, and don't forget this, those of you that are waiting to die to get it, I would like you to see this while you're alive. But don't forget that that is the light of the Dharma Dhatu wisdom, absolute wisdom. In the center of this radiant blue field, you will see, he says, a small circle of white light, okay? A small circle of white light. If you're able to recognize it, if you're able to recognize that circle of white light, there will be Samantabhadra and Samantabhadri in union. So they're the primordial Buddhas, feminine and masculine, in union, in the white light. Now you'll see that straight away, and you'll go, oh, I remember seeing this, so that immediately, if you recognize, you'll attain enlightenment immediately without any more bardo experience before you've even seen or experienced the 100 deities. You'll be free. You'll just go, as you see that blue light coming out of your heart, you'll see the white circle, and in the white circle, you'll see the primordial Buddhas, Samantabhadra and Samantabhadri, and you will know this is my primordial wisdom. And if you do it right then, these beautiful teachers tell us you'll be free right before you even go through any bardos. Simple. If not, then the white light starts to encompass your whole visual space, okay, then the Buddha families start. Buddha Varashana and Akadasvisvari appear in the center, a display of your natural mind. Now, if you've been playing with the Buddhas, and if you haven't, go back. I've given so much teaching, especially to this Monday morning. The last one I did was on the 5 dimensions of beings. It's there, recorded. You can go back and listen to it, and then be able to do the mantras. You've got to learn these wisdom families, because if you don't, you have no idea what they're all about. You'll just see these bright colors, and most people faint because they don't know what to do with it. They just don't know what to do with that information. Okay. But if you know, then each family starts to appear. And the first one is Varashana and Akadasvisvari, who are blue in color, and they are the display of the wisdom of the Dharma Dhatu. And we will talk about each of them as they come to you. What do they mean? What part of me transformed in order for me to see them? What part of me died so that I could see them? You looking at that, and you are beginning to recognize them. You know what for me, as I'm stepping into the shower, because I do it in the morning as well, but as I'm stepping into the shower, I start with the mantras of the 5 Buddhas, and I always go, Om Varashanu Om. Flood us with the wisdom of your Dharma Dhatu. Please clear all my ignorance and delusion. And then I give the mantra. So easy to do that. You can do it while you're walking in the shops. You can do it everywhere. It must become part of you. Mustn't be, oh, Melanie's teaching on it. It's very interesting, but I don't need to know this. You need to know this, because we've got to liberate ourselves. Do you all understand? It's enough. It's enough of these suffering incarnation. And some of you have suffered so much. Any questions on that? Because I'm going to go on to the teaching now. Anyone want to say anything? You're welcome, guys. You can butt in. You can give me a statement. You can give me your question. I'm very happy. Just whatever you need. I don't want to rush through this, because this is who you are. And after all, we spend how many years did we spend at school? Learning who we're supposed to be, this brilliant person who's going to get all these degrees. And then you get into death. Doesn't make an ounce of difference whether you were a beggar or a great professor. It makes no difference whatsoever. You just go on your journey, and it's beautiful. And everybody, the wisdom of equality tells you everybody is the same.
Melanie?
Please, Bubs, please go for it.
About the deaths. You lose the children, you go through your process, you're suffering, and you're trying to deal with it. You live with it. But it's true. It is an illusion, because you can see that when you start looking at it as an illusion, it gives you the strength to continue with each day.
Exactly.
Whether it's just a matter of survival or just living for each day. Yes, you do fall down when you are struggling to deal with some pain. But then again, you look around you, and then you appreciate, and you say, okay, fine, I have to move on. And that's what has given me strength.
Yeah. But that's so beautiful, because you've been through maybe more than anyone in this room has been through, with health and loss of 2 children and all kinds of things like that. One hardly can believe that Kasturi can still be alive and smiling, but she is. Okay. The point of the matter is, are we a victim? Just mute yourself again so we get the video right, and you can unmute if you want to say more. Are we a victim to go through these horrific things that she's been through? And I'm witness to them, trust me, okay? She's been through, I don't know how many operations. She's struggling to even walk. She's been through the loss of 2 children. I mean, it's quite incredible, okay, that she's still surviving, I think. But Are we a victim? When we understand we create our circumstances, are we a victim? Or is this the harsh learning we needed? Why? Not to punish us, not to make us feel badly about ourselves, like, oh, what did I do that I got all this? None of that. To say, somehow I was stubborn in a previous lifetime. I did not see what I needed to see. And maybe I had lots of opportunities in many lifetimes and I still didn't see. I'm just giving you an example. I'm not talking about you, okay? But now I have to go through this. It's almost like the wrathful deities that are not wrathful. They are beautiful. But because we are so stubborn and we don't recognize, they come to give us a clap. And the things we go through in our lives are claps. Okay, to say, wake up and don't go through this another time. Get off the wheel of life now, because there's no more chance to do it. And if we can liberate ourselves completely. But I do know that some people go through so much suffering that I cry. I cry for them. I cry in my heart. And I take them into my heart and then I carry them for a long period of time, because what else can I do? I mean, it's unbelievable what we all go through. But there you go. I mean, we have this teaching available for us. And as I said, what was discovered by Karma Lingpa was discovered, in the 8th century or later in the 9th, not sure of the date, that he discovered this whole terma, which was called, I told you about this, the Karling Shitro. And in it, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, which we look at as the Bardo teachings, is a teeny bit of it, okay? The Karling Shitra is a long, expansive practice that you do from the beginning of your life, if you're Tibetan, right up until the end of your life. However, Tulku Urgyen Rinpoche, with his book, Dzogchen Deity Practice, Finding Your True Nature, it's actually called, and I hope all of you are getting this book, Dzogchen Deity Practice, and then there's a subtitle. I mean, if you saw my book, it looks like the dog ate it, okay, because I use it all day long. Meeting Your True Nature. Okay, that book is really worth having. I don't care if you don't understand it, you can ask me anything, but if you have that book, it's really worth having, okay, because it's got the shortened Kunzang Tuktik practice all in English. And I decided, I was waiting for Taisitu to give the empowerments, but I decided I'm reading that practice every day until I know it. And now it's becoming part of my whole being. That's why I'm teaching it like this, because it's really important. But remember that the Vajrayana practice will be gone in those amount of years. And so those of you that say, I'm not doing any deity practice, it doesn't make sense to me, then you won't be able to go on with this, because this is the ultimate inner tantra of all the deity practices. And it's very important that you actually understand, because Tulku Urgyen Rinpoche, I told you this, said that our bodies right now are a Buddha mandala. He was questioned extensively on this statement, and he replied, your aggregates, form, feelings, perceptions, habits, and consciousness, your aggregates, your elements, earth, water, fire, air, and wind, your elements and your sense bases. That's what seeing, your sense consciousness, hearing, etc., your sense bases with us are within us now. They're all a mandala, because the minute you die, they are taken and they become the 100 deities. I want you to understand this so that all the things in your life you can really understand. It's already in you. When you die and all of this dies, It's already there. But how many people don't recognize? And then they go soaring into the bardo, and then they can't they can't get there in any way or any form. It's too difficult because they're fainting. So when we begin to examine the mandala, I don't know, I call it mandala. It has 5 dimensions. If you take a crystal up to the light and you turn it slowly, slowly, slowly in the light, each dimension is another part of your wisdoms. Okay? It's really important. I'm sure these poor dogs, they won't go out to wee because of the rain. Open it and just open it a little bit, Eve. Thank you. Okay, these 5 dimensions are the 5 ways of knowing reality. Not what you are, but knowing who you really are, okay? And each reveals a different enlightened viewpoint. So as you turn around, we've got 5 dimensions of enlightened viewpoints, which a lot of you know. They are 5 colors, okay? 5 colors complementing each other and forming a perfect whole. When they're not recognized, when you don't know them, they become the 5 poisons. The 5 poisons, okay? But as soon as we realize the true nature of the energy of the 5 poisons, they are transmuted into the 5 primordial wisdoms. Now let's look at the poisons and the wisdoms. You can write this down if you don't know it well, okay? First of all, the first one is the wisdom of Dharmadhatu, or the wisdom of really your real reality of your consciousness, okay? Or it's sometimes called the all-accomplishing wisdom. So when you've got it, when you've got that wisdom of Dharmadhatu, you are absolutely free. You know what to do. The poison is ignorance or delusion. Ignorance does not mean that you haven't got education. You know, when I was a little girl, you know, your parents would say, oh, she's such an ignorant person. That means, you know, she wasn't well educated or whatever. It's not that. Ignorance means ignoring the truth of who you are. Delusion, which goes with the ignorance, is telling yourself all these delusive stories. Oh, I've got such a terrible life, and all these things are happening to me, and why is this happening to me, and I'm such a victim. That's delusion. It's delusion. Nobody caused that. No maker created it and said, you're going to go and suffer. We created it. And now we have to be hit by our own creation. It's very important that you understand it. Second wisdom, mirror-like wisdom. You've all heard me talking about this over and over again. Your anger, your aggression, your hatred, your grudges, your storing of all your angry energy, okay? All of that is really mirror-like wisdom. It's there. You created that person who is angry towards you. You created it by your own karmic imprint. And now it's a mirror. Yesterday, you'd laugh at me. I had 2 occasions yesterday of people that really got on my nerves, okay? One was on the phone, one was around, okay? They really got on my nerves. So I'd just come and sit in my room, you know, and I would have before gone muttering under my breath, and who are they, blah, blah, blah. And I go, Melanie, time to look in the mirror. Now, tell me, Melanie, I'm talking to me. Tell me, Melanie, what do you see in this? Okay? What do you see in the mirror? Then I go, Melanie, you must have been a really awful, non-understanding human being. You must have dominated people. You must have dictated to them. And now you're having an opportunity to see in the mirror all the things you need to transform. Now that's what I do all day long. Even when I'm at the shops and someone's really, quite rude or something like that, even when someone cuts into you when you're driving, on the thing, when they cut into you, something like that, before I would have said, you idiot. And the other day, a taxi went right, he just, right over you and things like that, because they own the road, of course. But, he goes over me, and normally I would really, no. Then I go, what are you seeing? All the time, you're seeing very arrogant people. So no, in the mirror-like wisdom, you were arrogant once. You better be humble for the rest of your life. Do you want to say something, Luz? Oh, no. Okay. Very important. Third wisdom, equalizing wisdom, the wisdom of equality. You can shut now, Cook's thing. The wisdom of equality. What is the negative poison? It is pride and arrogance. Okay, what is the wisdom of equality? What does equalizing wisdom really mean? It means nobody is better than anyone else. The little bee and the little butterfly have also got Buddha nature. So nobody's better. The person who scrubs your floors has also got Buddha nature. You are not better than them. You need to treat everybody in the wisdom of equality, because pride and arrogance is what causes you to think you are better than other people, and you aren't. Fourth wisdom, discriminating wisdom or discerning wisdom. This is such an important one, okay, because the poison is craving, passions, desire, attachment. Those are the things. What is discerning, discriminating wisdom? It means you know the difference between what is relative and what is ultimate. You can discern why this is happening. You can discern, as I said in the story with the illusion, you could discern the illusion is just something I'm having to go through to learn something. And you can discern between relative and ultimate truth. This is not ultimate truth. This is a relative truth. And with discerning wisdom, you look at things completely different. You discern, you discriminate. I can see. That's why they changed discriminating to discerning, because discriminating is when you discriminate against people. You're just looking at the difference between you're discerning what the difference is between the truth and the not truth. Okay? And the last one is the wisdom of perfected action. Now, this is the most beautiful. Every morning when I do Tara mantras and Tara things, or Tara practice on some days, Tara's green, okay, and she represents action accomplishment. What does action accomplishment really mean in wisdom? It means you never going, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be this. You're just surrendering, and you're letting the action accomplishment come through you. You're letting it go to where it needs to go, okay? That's called action accomplishment, allowing it to come through you. And the negative poisons are envy and jealousy. Now, I had to work this out for a long time. Why envy and jealousy on the wisdom of perfected action? Because envy and jealousy, people are always jealous and envious of other people. The person who's in the highest role, the royalty, the person who's thinner than you, more beautiful than you. I wish I was like that. When you have the wisdom of perfected action, you know that everybody is where they need to be. My husband was put on this little video of this opera star. I forget her name. It's an Italian name. She is exquisite. Okay, such a beautiful woman I haven't seen in a long time. Exquisite. And she's got a voice like a nightingale. Now I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, You have got such beautiful karma, and it is a joy to my ears and eyes. I'm not thinking, I wish I looked like you. I wish I sang like you. That's the jealousy, because people only get what they deserve. People get not what they deserve, what they've acquired the merit to do. They only get what you've acquired the merit. She's obviously had a lot of merit to look like that and sing like that and bring such joy to people all over the world. So every day I say to Tara, when I look at Tara, and the color is green, because green's also for envy and jealousy, and I say to Tara every day, please let your action accomplish, your wisdom of perfected action go through me. You ask for that every single morning. Now just think, everybody, each of these poisons becomes a realm, because why I'm going into the detail of all of this is, I think you all understand that the 5 Buddha families then have entourages of bodhisattvas and all of that, and that is what forms up the 42 peaceful deities. Then those transform into the wrathful deities, making 100. So what we're looking at is, once you know the 5 wisdoms, then they each have entourages, different qualities that you have. And then they become the wrathful deities, who come to really start cleaning up this whole planet and what people are doing and things like that. Those wrathful deities come in. So when we understand that, let's say you have fortunes of anger, and I know a lot of angry people, okay? If you have fortunes of anger, okay, you are going to find yourself in an angry realm. It's not real, it's your state of mind, that you are in an angry realm, which is called a hell realm. Now, there are people that are in hell realms their whole lives. They're always muttering under their breath. They're always aggravated with people. They're always victims. You're in a hell realm. So each of these has a realm with it, okay? So when you go into the ignorance and delusion, you become an animal. That doesn't mean animals to me have got more insight sometimes than humans, okay? But animals don't have the choice. They don't have the opportunities. They can't get to their Buddha nature unless you find somebody who's training you every day to get your Buddha nature. And this last week, I did 2 bereavement counselings of people who lost animals, and their pain and their sorrow. And, I said how amazing it is that you could actually help this animal. Now, I told them how to give the calls, so the animal can then get a human incarnation, which gives it much more choice. So each of the realms are there. Okay, the discriminating, discerning wisdom with the craving, passions, desire, and attachment go to 2 realms. The hungry ghost realm, where you just can't ever get satisfied, and the human realm, where people can't get satisfied. I mean, we still get the Citizen newspaper. My kids go, Ma, don't believe you get a newspaper. Just go on your phone. I go, no, the phone's not the same as a newspaper. I love a newspaper, but the Citizen gives you all the corruption in South Africa. When I look at it, the only reason I read it is not to educate myself. I read it so that I can give the appropriate calls. Okay. But it is just unbelievable. The conniving. Like now, the more elite people have taken their houses and reduced the what do you call it? The municipal, whatever you have to pay, in your housing. They've reduced theirs so that other people have to pay more and they can get out of paying. And what is that? It's a hungry ghost realm. I can't get enough. I must take everything. I mean, it's unbelievable. Then I read in the next page that the SABC's got, I never watch it, but the SABC's got this guy who's very harsh in his questioning. They're now taking that program out because it shows them in such a bad light. I mean, what else? They're in a hungry ghost realm. They just never get enough. BEE, you know, I mean, BEE could have been a very fair process. It's not. It's just enriched the top echelon and nothing for the poor. It's so sad, but when you look at this, you understand the whole of life from this. Do you all understand what I'm saying? Because when you see this, you understand the realms people live in, the God realm, the wisdom of equality, Ratnasambhava, the God realm. The God realm is an elitist place. You know, in the God realm, if you're born in the God realm, it's higher than the human realm if you go there. But the God realm, I call Hollywood the God realm. Okay, because, you know, they always, I mean, sometimes I see some of these movie stars that have had Botox and all kinds of things so much, and I think, you were so lovely and you would have been so natural with your wrinkles. Why didn't you just accept who you were? It's a God realm. I need to be more, it's got, and eventually in the God realm they'll fail. They have to come down to the lowest echelons to learn their lessons. So try and understand what I'm trying to show you. If this is too much for you, you'll go back and listen slowly. So how are we in truth, not in delusion? At present, in our subtle bodies, our Vajra body, we have ordinary, not in our ordinary human form, we have ordinary body, speech, and mind, okay? When we awaken, we have the three kayas, which are called Vajra body, Vajra speech, and Vajra mind. They are there in the subtle body. We just haven't awakened to them, okay? Now, what happens if we look at this and we really understand who we are, which then translates into the 100 aspects of us? Okay, first, the ground, called the ground. Why is it called the ground? Because the ground holds everything else. The ground is your essence, your pure essence. Emptiness. Emptiness means full of potential. It's your pure essence, okay? It's called primordial purity. It's called the DHARMAKAYA. The DHARMAKAYA, okay? And it's represented by Samantabhadra, the primordial Buddha. That's the representation of it. If you don't want to have Buddhas in your life, it's also okay. You can just see it as the essence, the DHARMAKAYA, full of everything, the ground, the primordial purity, okay? Absolutely aching with everything that you need, okay? Then the path comes, the path out of that. What's the path? The pure expression. I've told you this and I'm telling you again so you get it. And when I got this, I got it when I was in India. And when I got it, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I just couldn't stop contemplating because it's who you are. So out of your essence, the pure expression of the emptiness comes. Okay, what's its expression? What's its nature? It's luminosity. It's clarity, it's awareness, knowing. It's rainbow colors, beautiful, vivid colors. If you could photograph it for us, Iga, that would be wonderful. It comes out of the essence, okay? And it is called, the essence is called primordial purity. This is called spontaneous presence. It means it's already in the essence, and then it manifests itself. And what is that? That's the Sambhogakaya. That's the second kaya. And the Sambhogakaya is represented by the 5 wisdoms, the 5 wisdom family. That's what the Sambhogakaya is. You can liberate yourself in the Sambhogakaya because it's all rainbow, light, vivid colors. It's exquisite, out of the essence. And then thirdly, the third kaya is called fruition. What's fruition? It's unlimited, compassionate energy. That's how it manifests, unlimited energy. Now, when I'm teaching you like this, I've absolutely got unlimited energy. No matter if I've had a bad night, the unlimited energy is there. As soon as I'm finished teaching you, I want to go on my bed. Okay, that's all I want, to go to sleep. If I didn't go to sleep after lunch, I would not be able to do any consultation in the afternoon. Okay, because I need to sleep because I'm exhausted. But Lama Yeshe, you'll hear from his dark retreats, he never slept. Well, how did he go on? You can go on and on and on with your true nature. It's only your physical body and your mind, physical consciousness that gets exhausted. Your true nature has unlimited, compassionate manifestation, and it's called the Nirmanakaya. It can appear anywhere, everywhere. Oh, the sun's come out. It can appear anywhere, everywhere, wherever it wants to. Unlimited manifestation. And do you know what it's represented by? Now, this is where your realms come in. By the 6 Buddhas called Munis, the 6 Munis of the 6 realms of samsara. That's what the unlimited Nirmanakaya is, the 6 Buddhas. Now, when you see them, you'll see them burn. Just show us the peaceful deities, if you can, because you'll see the Munis. The Munis don't sit. The 6 Munis stand up on lotuses because they are busy in the realms. But wherever there is a Buddha, just know that it is a Nirmanakaya Buddha field. That means, if it's a Buddha field, that means we seeing it as ugly, but it isn't really ugly. It's just our perception of it. Is that difficult to understand? If you got it, burn, otherwise it doesn't matter. But they stand on lotus leaves. All of them are standing up. Why are they standing up? Because they're ready to get cracking. They're ready to help us, to get you. But they really are in a Nirmanakaya realm, but it looks like an ugly realm because we can't see it. Can you all understand that, or am I too complex? Ask me if you don't understand it. It's so important because this is what you really have to understand, because it's what we're made of. Everything comes out of these 3 kayas, the DHARMAKAYA, the Sambhogakaya, the Nirmanakaya, and goes back into them. Now, if you look at your death, it's fascinating because when you die after death, you get exposed to the DHARMAKAYA, the essence, calling the clear light. If you can see it, goodbye, Charlie, you're out of your body and you don't have to come back ever again because you know that you are your essence. If not, then you faint, which a lot of people do because the light's too bright for them. Then you go into the next bardo. In the next bardo is where you see the 100 deities, Sambhogakaya. If you recognize them, the colors, the vivid, you're free. At Sambhogakaya level, that's a very high level, good enough for us. Do you all understand? And if not, then you go to the 3rd bardo where all the karmic imprints are shown to you. You're back on that wheel again. Okay. But the good news, those are the 6 realms, the 6 Buddhas of the 6 realms, the Munis. That's how they stand. But when you see them in the whole picture of the 100 deities, they're the standing 6 around the side. Have you got that one that I took the picture of, Bern? because that's beautiful. See if you can get to that, because then you can see the munis there. Okay, if you can't, it doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to say is that in the third bardo, if you get there and you're now seeing all your karmic imprints and you don't like them and it's quite frightening and you're in a mental body, you can go to my Tuesday night to discuss it, and you're going all over the place and it's unstable, you can still get to the near Manakaya Buddha fields. If you know, for example, from your Chenrezi practice, if you know the song, Emaho nonsa sanje nangwata yedang yesu jo. If you sit there in a stable mind, even in that crazy thing, if you sit there and you say, I know who I am, Amitabha, Guru Rinpoche, Chenrezi, come and get me, and you do their mantras and you sing their beautiful song, trust me, you could get out of that bardo. There's an exit in all the bardos. Don't get trapped. Rather have a choice if you're going to come back into embodiment. You're all looking at me very seriously. Okay, but just understand how it works. It's so beautiful that when you come back, you first exposed to the essence. You don't get that. You then exposed to the pure expression. You're scared. You hear the noises, the sounds, the vivid colors. Oh my God, I'm fainting. Then you wake up in the third bardo, which is familiar to you, to your earthly life, because there you see all your karmic imprints. But the trouble is you can't hide from your karmic imprint because you are manifesting them, like I said. It's right there for you to see. And the Alaya consciousness with all your karmic imprints goes with you. But you can still free yourself there. Any questions? It's taking much longer than I really thought, but I think it's important, don't you? Because if I skip this burn, then I'm missing, really important stuff for you. Anyone lost?
Yeah. What if you don't remember any of those mantras?
You have got to do them every day, things you do every day. Do you forget to brush your teeth, Gail, darling? Do you remember to brush your teeth? How come do you brush your teeth before you go to bed? Because it's an ingrained habit to go. I would never go to bed without brushing my teeth. So every night I go to the bathroom and I brush my teeth. It's an ingrained habit. When I get up in the morning, same thing. Make it an ingrained habit. That's why you're coming on a Monday morning, so that you make this part of your life. When you're cooking, Om Mani Padme Hum, to the medicine Buddha, Tayata Om Bekanze, Maha Bekanze, Rata Samatkate Soha. Know these mantras, know your songs. I mean, I know that when you're sitting in that bardo and I dream of people who are in the bardo, they get really scared, okay? And when they get scared, you want to say to them, what a pity you don't know what's happening in your life. You will know this. You must make it part of your momentum, part of your habits, part of your everything, so that if you die tomorrow morning, you'll just go there. And if you lost, come to me and then I'll remind you. Okay, just come. Say, Melanie, go into your dream state so I can talk to you. Guru Rinpoche. If you call Guru Rinpoche, Yeshi Tsogyo, Mandarava, come and take me. You see, for me, these are, because every single day I do the prayer to be reborn in the copper-colored mountain, because I want to go back to the near Manakaya Buddha field with Guru Rinpoche. So I've got this beautiful prayer that I took out of one of the books, and I say it every single day. So now it's getting to be known so well. I say, may I be born in the copper-colored mountain? And I ask and I ask and I ask and I ask. So it becomes part of my whole momentum. You will remember, because remember, you are without your physicality. The psychophysical things, your form, your feelings, your perceptions, your habits, your consciousness, it's all gone. You're only left with this. So it is your most wonderful time to recognize. Do you understand me, Gail, darling? You need to get the habit of this. Some of you have been doing it, like Evie's sitting here, and she's nodding her head. I wish you could all see. Okay, she's going, yes, 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 because I've bullied her in the early days until she got it all right and everything. And I've been telling her for years, don't go that road, don't go that road, go that right road. Okay, so she's going, I mean, she decided one day, you know, she only did Chinrezi, I think, in the old days, correct me if I'm wrong. One day she decided, oh, I like the medicine Buddha. So she started doing the mantra and everything. I gave her the mantra. Then the next thing is, people started phoning her and saying, please, could you do the medicine Buddha for me? Please, could you do? So she said, look at my list. I said, wonderful, Evie, go and do it for everybody. I mean, the minute you make up your mind about anything, it comes to you. You know, I wasn't planning on Lama Yeshe coming. In fact, you'd all laugh about tomorrow night, because what I did was I wrote to Annie Lama and I said to her, listen, Annie Lama, please could you come next week on the Tuesday night and let's have a discussion. I don't care what it's on. We could do it on Tara, we could do it on Vajrayana, we could do it. Just come before you go back to Sammy Ling. So she doesn't answer me. Then about 2 days later, I go, is your silence an indication that you aren't coming? So then she writes me this long thing. As a matter of fact, I'm not. But my dearest guru has said that he will come instead of me. Okay. And she says, he says that he will come. You must get all the questions and he will answer them. Now, what happened with my mind, it's so interesting, is normally I would have just said question. But then I was busy on the Tuesday night with the bardo of birth, between birth and life, and the bardo of the third bardo of becoming that I'm telling you about now, the last bardo. And then I thought, oh my goodness, his dark retreats. Let me try and get his dark. This is how I'm showing you how this comes. It was no intent on my part. Oh my goodness, his dark retreats. He must know about all of this, you know. So then she says that to me, and I said, I think we'll question him on his dark retreat so that I can continue with the bardo material. So she writes me a history of his dark retreats. Okay, and I'm so excited about it. So now I've gone and written out this whole history so that I can give it. I mean, it just forms. It forms. As soon as you open your mind, the true nature has a space to come through you, so it all works out. Even places to place difficult people, things like that, you know. I mean, it just happens when you are accepting and when you know who you are. Okay, so this all came about. And then the next thing was I sent a whole lot of the thing for tomorrow night to people in Zim, to all the people that love Lama Yeshe and everything. Now they're starting, Melanie, can I ask this question? Melanie, can I ask this question? So I'm writing all their questions down. And there's your evening. I did nothing. It just came to me. Do you all understand what I'm trying to say to you?
Yes.
Open yourself out, and then it comes naturally. Boy, I have hardly gotten through. Let me just do one little part, and then we do a meditation. The practice of, we're not going to be doing question and answer because I haven't gotten far, but maybe I need to do this. I don't know. The practice of Kunzang Tuktik has an exclusive focus. What does Tulku Urgent Rinpoche say is the exclusive focus of these 100 and peaceful deals? Recognizing mind essence, recognizing mind essence, recognizing mind essence, nothing else. That's its entire intent. The essence and its expression. the essence and its expression. The sadhana involving the 100 peaceful, wrathful, and deities is a precious support for this. He says it involves all the deities, all the yidams, all the 3 jewels, the 3 roots, everything. He says, and these are not something different from the inner core of our basic nature. They are in our Vajra body, in the subtle body. So through the training, we realize the various aspects of our basic nature. And he says, and you know, when you hear him, I can hear him in my mind. He is more enthusiastic than I am. And this guy in Cardiff said, I love your enthusiasm. Well, if you heard Tulku or Urgent Rinpoche, and you can go on some of his YouTubes from long ago, they weren't sophisticated like now. But his enthusiasm, he goes, he says, this practice is a sufficient path for our entire lives. We don't finish it after a while. It's for our whole lives. And it contains all the different aspects of Vajrayana practice. Everything is included. Actually, the 100 deities are our enlightened qualities. The enlightened body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities, the 5 in that mandala that we do every week. Okay, in the Nyingma tradition, we have 3 outer tantras and 3 inner tantras. The outer ones only give a little bit of the teaching. Why? And Kasturi, you'll find this very interesting from the Hindu point of view. Because, for example, the first yoga, Kriya Yoga, the deity is the king. And you are the subject. So you are appealing to the king to give you everything. But actually, that's not the truth. That's just the Kriya Yoga. Then in the next one, the Upa Yoga, the deity becomes like an older brother, but it's still someone you really respect, okay? Going up but the inner tantras, which came after, lifting the lid, which is why you can see from the Hindu culture, okay, that when the Buddha came, from the onset, everything is all accomplishing purity. This body in itself is a mandala of the victorious ones. Our 5 is the victorious one. So first of all, which we'll do next time, we start with Samanta Bhadra and Samanta Badri, as I told you in the beginning. They're like the sun. They represent emptiness, the female part, and absolute expression, the male part. And from them, the sun's rays emanate and all the deities start appearing. Okay, if you recognize them, you don't have to. But you are them. So just to tell you this, and then we'll go into the depth next time. Our 5 aggregates in their pure nature. What are our aggregates? Our form, our feeling, our perception, how we see things, our perception, our habits and our consciousness. They are the 5 male Buddhas. Varashanu, Akshabhi, I go through them each again. They are the 5 male Buddhas. I know them like the back of my hand. So when all of this dissolves at death, you are left with these things. If you want to call them 5 male deities, call them. If you want to call them my 5 beautiful qualities, call them that. The masculine qualities. That's what happens when your aggregates dissolve. Your 5 elements, where your body is made up of. Earth, water, fire. Earth, shame, they're all getting off. Earth, water, fire, fire, air, and space. Those 5, when they dissolve at death, you've got the 5 female Buddhas. They become 5 female Buddhas. You don't want to call them Buddhas, call them what you like. 5 female qualities that we have. Do you all understand? The sense bases, okay, that's the consciousnesses and their object. So for example, if you are seeing something, You're not seeing it with your eye, you're seeing it with your eye consciousness. These are the organs which enable you to see. But the consciousnesses and what they see become the male and female bodhisattvas. So they become the entourages, making up the 100 deities. Can you all understand? It's so exquisite. I'll go through it again next time. Each of them, you've got each of the gatherings of your consciousness become the 8 males, the 8 female bodhisattvas. Then they're the gatekeepers who keep everything. Those are parts of you. Every single one of them are a part of your psychophysical body when it dissolved. It's so interesting, so interesting. And then you see the 6 munis, and they're the leaders of the 6 realms of samsara. They're the purity of our poisons. Can you all understand that? Even if you don't understand the details, I'll go back again. Okay, there we go. Now, if you look in this picture, you see. Let me just show them as well. The 6 munis, come and look here. Those are the ones standing in the tanka. Yeah. They're the ones that are standing up. Okay, each of them are in this magnificent tanka, and that's you. There you go. That's you. Just your qualities. Do you all understand? Absolutely exquisite. I told you to go and visit Lama Yeshe, go ask Annie Lama if you can come and see them. But I want you to understand this. It's such beautiful teaching. It's who we are. And when we understand this, we're not afraid. Thanks, Bern. We're not afraid of death. We're not afraid of who we are. Because what we're doing is just temporary and transient. Try and understand this a little bit. Just go into your meditation posture. Just 2 minutes. Bet, sorry to keep you up. You're so tired. I know you're doing it at night and we're doing it at least in the morning. Just come to this moment. What am I giving you? A lot. But the subject is it's actually so simple. It's actually, even though I'm telling you all the details for those who want it, you don't even need the details. You just need to know who you really are. And that's what you're doing in this life. Take a deep breath and actually invite your beautiful awakened nature into your being. Shout out to your Buddha nature. Come work through me. I want to be an instrument of your truth. I want to serve. I want to give to people. I want to alleviate suffering. I really want to do these things. Come to me as you breathe into the essence, the beautiful Dharmakaya. And as you breathe out all the things you've held onto. In your life, I can't do this. It's so complicated. I hate my life. I haven't got enough money. I haven't got enough this. I haven't got enough that. Look at me, what's happening to me. I want you to breathe that all out into the essence. It goes back into the essence. None of this is true. It is all illusion. That doesn't mean we don't feel it. It means we don't attach to it. We don't attach to it. Rather than saying, I've got to get this, I've got to get that, I've got to get this, I've got to get that. Rather say, good morning, beautiful essence, Dharmakaya. Come into my being. Show me my truth. Bring me all my qualities. I don't want to wait until I die. I want to see my qualities right now, beautifully. I want to see my qualities and I want to really know them. And I'm going to study this and help me. Whatever you need, whatever you're struggling with, just hand it over. And always remember to give your offering. I give my offering to Guru Rinpoche every single day. And Guru Rinpoche watches out for me. So give your offerings. Don't think I haven't got anything to give. Give your dedication. Offer your devotion. Offer your speech if you're good at speaking. Offer your technology if you're good at technology. This is what I've got to offer. Hear me. Use me. This is what I've got to offer. My love, my beauty, my compassion, my need to help people. This is what I have. I'm giving it to you in a mandala offering. I'm giving you everything that I have. My competence, my ability to organize, my singing, my dancing, my peace, my feelings, everything. I'm offering you my home as a mandala of my heart. Let it be a place where people find service. I'm offering you my heart, the mandala of the peaceful and wrathful deities. Just come back into me and let me have that action accomplishment. That's all you need to know. That when the day of your death comes, could be tomorrow, it could be today, it could be in 20 years. But when the day comes, and we don't know when that will be, you are in a process of total surrender. If people are crying by your bedsides, if they're holding on to you, just open your eyes if you've got the strength and say, please, everybody, I need silence. I need to discover myself now. Just take your tears elsewhere. I love all of you. I will miss you, but God bless whatever you'd say in your thing. Blessings to all of you. Please let me be free. I need to be free. And as you're doing that, you start recognizing as the elements are dissolving, all the different features. I go through that with you again and again. You can go back to my death and dying teaching. You feel them as each of them, as the earth element dissolves, you can hardly hold your body up and so on. When the water element dissolves, you're dry everywhere. When they're dissolving, you know that soon all of this is going to go. And instead of this, it's going to be all my exquisite qualities. See them as Buddhas, see them as qualities, see them as any way. Every single part of your psychophysical body is transmuted as you go into your death. Never forget that. And if you get killed in a car accident or a plane accident and it's very quick and you haven't got time and you're in a state of shock, just stop for a moment and just say, even though it's happened quickly, I know the elements have dissolved, the physical features, the aggregates have dissolved, and all I have to do is recognize, know who I am. As you're lying on the ground dead, let's say you've had a plane crash or something, you just go straight into that. It's all there already. You've known it for eons of time. Now put it into practice in your daily consciousness. Bern, can we dedicate? And then if anybody wants to ask me, they're very welcome. We dedicate all these teachings, number one, to all those who have got stuck in the borders from all these terrible deaths and terrible things. We dedicate to all of those who are lost in the borders, don't know where they are. We dedicate, if there's any merit in this teaching, may they get it. May they know it's all an illusion. And may they stop craving for their families, and may they just go straight into the pure light where everything you have in this life is already inside you. You don't need to hang on to anything. Through this merit, may all beings attain omniscience, may all obscurations fall away from the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. From the ocean of samsara, may all beings be freed. Sonam die tamche zipane, topne ne petranam pamshene, chegana jibala tropaye, sipe sole doa dro warsho. Stop recording. Oh, that's better.